All right, let's talk Indians a little bit later. Let's talk about the Cavaliers, believe it or not, here in the middle of June. They made some history yesterday, made a splash nationally, and Lindsay Gottlieb has been named an assistant coach. I believe 32 years old, right? Is that what I believe?
Not sure.
And yet, John-Beilein says she'll have a significant input into offense and defense. Tell me how you think that this will be received. I think it's received well by the fans, but how's it going to be received by the players?
I think it will be fine, given the roster that we can think the Cavs are going to have,
young,
or close to it. Yeah, and I think we're past that. It's not a pioneer per se. You know what I mean?
No, the only reason it's history. The only reason they say it was history, she was a sitting head coach at the time when she was hired. Other women had not been head coaches at the time they were hired.
I think it's going to be fine, and I think sooner than later. And I know there's more, but Becky Hammon, of course, is the biggest name when it comes to the NBA female coaching ranks. I think it'll come a point sooner than later where the players view
just like another
Coach Gottlieb as Coach Gottlieb.
Right.
They're not going to go, oh, that's a woman there. They'll say, no, she's a coach.
She comes highly recommended. I mean, if you can break through the female barrier here, the vibe on her on the street is very, very good.
I know that the ownership and front office has to sign off, but clearly John-Beilein is not, hiring her if he doesn't think she's qualified.
Because he'll be stuck with her.
Because it's his staff. Right. So if she's good enough for Beilein at this point, she's good enough for me.
All right. I just wonder, this is not a case to me of, well, you never played the game before, because there's a lot of great coaches who never played the game.
Fratello comes to mind.
Fratello's one. You can name a whole bunch.
Or maybe Czar did play, but not very long, right? I mean, I don't think he ever got to a high level.
No.
Okay.
He also said he was a terrible linebacker in high school, but that's a different story for a different day. But I think it's going to be, it's not a case of, well, she hasn't played the game before at that level. I think it's just the case is whether the players are going to adjust to her. And I don't believe any of the players have played for a female coach before. I don't think.
Not sure.
But nobody with experience with San Antonio, I don't believe.
I think it'll be fine, though.
Yeah.
Given that Beilein is such a commanding presence and such a good guy. You can be both, I think. You can be a strong leader and a good guy at the same time. You don't have to be a hard butt, if you will. And I think Beilein is a guy that is nice enough that that his staff will be fine.
Well, here's the
players.
other thing. And we haven't heard anything in the last 5-6 days about Dan-Gilbert. And hopefully everything's working the way it's supposed to work, and he mends very well. Yet, I assume he has to sign off on a move like this unless he had talked about it before he got sick.
Sure. You're right. I don't know what Dan-Gilbert's role is here because I don't know what his status is. We don't know what his health status is.
But you don't make a move like that unless you think you have total support from Dan-Gilbert.
Exactly.